right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ron Alumni Showcase. So, the Alumni Showcase is a flagship show of the Redeemers University Alumni Association, and its actual intent is to highlight all the amazing talents, that have come out of Redeemers University. So, Redeemers University got inaugurated, or started operations in 2005, and ever since then, we have graduated people year on after year on. And, these people have gone out into the world and, have made names for themselves, are thriving in their careers and their profession. And, that is what we exist to do here at the Alumni Showcase, picking all these great people that we have, all these great talents that we have in the university, and, letting them tell their story so that it can inspire, encourage, and motivate people. I'm sure a number of people don't actually know, we have great people, who are standing out in respective fields, right now they came out from the Redeemers University. And that's one of the things, that's one of the stories we want to tell, with this program. So yes, welcome to the maiden edition of the Run Alumni Showcase. It's gonna be an exciting edition. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be memorable. I'm sure some people will see some of the things that we have lined up for today and they'll be like, oh, it's just something interesting. And, it will be happening every month. Yes, every last Saturday of the month, we will be having our showcase and, spotlighting different people who are doing excellently well in their chosen fields of career and profession. So today's episode, as I said, promises to be exciting, and we also have a lovely and amazing lineup of anchors today. So our anchors were carefully selected, so that we all come together with our different experiences and share and and have a good time on the show today. So I will be handing it over to one of us, Mayowa. I'm going to hand over to herself, to her, sorry, to introduce herself. And before I do that, my name is GBK Oglade. Yes, I finished from Redeemers University in 2011, a graduate of mass communication, and done so many things within the media, and still doing things within the media. And I'll just let every other person, introduce themselves, and we will get this show up and running. So please sit back, relax, enjoy, and just have fun.
Hi, Jivike. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. My name, as I know you can see somewhere down there, is Mayawa Adegoke, and I'm a proud alumni member of Redeemers University. I graduated in 2010, Mass Communication Department. Great, Ramsa. Great. And wait, what's been 10 years? Yeah, 10 years. Oh my gosh, 10 good years. That feels like such a long time and partly makes me feel old. But hey, it's been 10 years of being, such a proud product of Redeemers University. That's the best way I can say it. I've gone out into the world, done stuff, right? So I'm Channels TV's Dubai correspondent at the moment. And before that happened, I have a long history of working in the media before Channels TV and then in Channels TV. Different roles, different exciting things have happened, as I'm sure perhaps we'll talk about on the show. But I'm really excited about the show today. I think it's a wonderful idea, celebrating our own, celebrating ourselves by ourselves, and also reintroducing ourselves to the alumni body, because I know that it's been many years. Imagine 10 years since I finished from Ron, how many people have come out of Ron, and many of us don't even know ourselves, right? We see ourselves out there doing great things, and we don't know that, oh, that's also a product of Redeemers University. So kudos to the alumni ESCO, to the leadership for this brilliant and bold initiative. I think this would definitely take us to the next level and bring us together even better. Yeah, I'm excited about what will happen this evening. Let's see how it goes. Do we care?
Right, sorry. So yeah, it promises to be exciting. I loved, when you said that it's been 10 years, and the fact that another, will I say, use of this program is the fact that, we are being introduced to the alumni body at large. So as I said earlier, we've so many sets. I think over 10 sets have successfully graduated from the Redeemers University, and we, aside maybe the first three sets or the first four sets, I'm not sure. I know so many people from other sets, and this will be an excellent, opportunity for us to meet people, you know, and also interview people that we didn't even know. So as I said, I finished in the third set, yeah, and I probably my most of my relations were, my friendships rather were, between the first set and maybe maximum the fourth set. So maybe so this showcase, for example, would have people from the ninth set, from the eighth set. So basically everyone and anyone that is, being a success story out there, and this also gives us the opportunity to know them. So yeah, it's so great to see you, Mayowa. Thank you very much for being a part of this. And yes, congratulations to the Alumni Association for also, trying to put this together. We await other anchors. So there's um, there's actually a number of us. Yes, there's actually a number of us, and I think I can see Osas hanging in somewhere there. So I think I'll just hand it over to Osas to introduce himself, and yeah, let's just keep the thing flowing.
All right, great. Can you hear me clearly? It's amazing, though. Such an amazing day. Can you hear me clearly, please?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Oh, great.
can.
Um, Good afternoon, evening, wherever it is you are watching, listening. Um, my name is Osamide Osamage. Um, I think I was in first set. I don't think. Just kidding. So I was in the first set of the Redeemers University. Then it was called Redeemers University for All Nations, and then we're proud of the fact that we're not just for Nigeria, we're for all nations. And yeah, what else? So I have done a whole lot after Redeemers University, but for now, I'm a voice actor. I help brands vocalize their projects, bring to life their scripts. And I am also a media consultant. I own my own business as well, and I run a voiceover institute, a global voiceover institute called Kickstart into Voiceovers. And I'm glad to be here. It's been over 12 years that I graduated from the Redeemers University, and I'm a proud, um, please correct my English if I'm wrong, alumnus of the Redeemers University. Thank you.
All right, thank you
Hey,
so much,
I had
Osas.
no idea. Run for
No, I
all nations.
yes, Redeemers University for emotions.
I
You
never
are here
heard
to
that.
learn. You are here to
Oh my
learn.
goodness.
I'm here to school you today.
You see, the show is already teaching us and reminding us and refreshing us already. GBK, did you know about that? You have to unmute yourself.
I think I did. I think I did, to be honest. Redeemers
I
University
did.
for All Nations. Apparently, I kind of thought that the acronym, so we used to call ourselves RUN, right? RUN. So I think I used to see Redeemers University, RU, and the nations was the end part.
Okay, so you thought it was for
Okay.
Nigeria. Hmm.
Okay. I had no idea. That's good to know. I think I I, I mean the per minute per second I get more excited about this show. Because as Osas said that about the Run for All Nations, like, and I'm like, actually, a lot of people wouldn't know so many things about, the early days. Same way we wouldn't know things about like the later days. And I'm getting even more excited about this. So I imagine some people's shock when they hear that people used to wear trousers back in school for females. I'm sure Osas can tell
No,
us
we
more
didn't
about
used to
stuff
wear
like that.
trousers. We
They
didn't
used
used
to
to
wear
wear
trousers.
trousers.
First set, they used to wear trousers.
Oh, I wasn't
Osas,
okay.
please
So
come
Yeah,
and
I'm back.
verify this information.
Okay, so what?
Give
I
us the
think I.
gist.
So what gist
First
do you
set
want?
used to
you
wear
guys used to wear
trousers.
trousers, right?
Females used to wear trousers.
Females wear trousers. Where did you hear it, please?
Ah,
So the only thing,
oh,
the
was it
only
trousers
thing.
or was it? Yeah, I heard that females used to
I
wear
think it was
trousers,
their
and then
first semester
people
when they
used to
were
complain
redemption
on camp.
resource.
People
So I
complain on
think
camp,
Lighthouse was
and
12 a.m. Did you?
Wait, you guys
Lighthouse
had
was
lights
12.
out?
Yeah, like you have Lighthouse 10:30 now.
have
So
you
Lighthouse
forgotten?
was
What
12
That's been
a.m.
the hostel by.
It
Don't
was
worry, we
12
forgive
a.m.
you. 9 years is a long time.
12 a.m. And well, you know that Queen Esther was the girls' hostel, so that one you know. I'm sure you know that. Yeah.
No, but
So
hey, are you saying that people didn't used to wear? What I heard was females used to wear trousers in the first year.
well,
Then
I'm
people
not.
used to complain on camp, and then they changed it.
I can't remember that information, so I don't want to give you
Ah, yeah, I
an
remember.
incorrect information. I can't remember
And
that
then like
information, but what?
bolero. Remember bolero? At least GBK will remember that. I think there was one time they stopped people from wearing bolero. By the way, bolero
Oh,
is
so
this
somebody says yes, we wore
See,
short
trousers.
we wore
category.
trousers.
Okay, great,
You
I don't
great.
think
see?
we should go into that
Well,
trouser debate. It was quite heated in school those days, you know.
mm.
Oh dear, those sweet old days.
No, no, we had Lighthouse 12 a.m. I can't agree. I will not agree with that. 12 a.m.
Asaz, are you
It
Pastor,
sure
was
are
that
you being
your own
serious
light
right
out
now?
is the same light out as everybody else's light out?
it was Lighthouse 12 a.m. I'm sexing of that information.
Oh dear. Oh God.
Don't
This
make
is
me feel like I
actually
don't know what I'm saying. Like I
interesting.
didn't attend this school. What's going on? Lighthouse was 12 a.m. At a
I
point,
think I
then
love
it
the
got
fact that
shifted to
there's three of us here.
10.
So from 12 a.m. we moved to 10 p.m. Is that
Wow.
what
Yes,
Osas was trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So what I was saying, I was like, I like the fact that three of us, you know, we're from three different sets, and we have three different experiences. Like, oh, some people wore trousers. I'm not sure I remember lights out. Mayowa, what was spectacular on your own time? You spoke about bolero, so I was like, oh, this is
I
actually
mean, I
very,
think
very
it was
Please,
nostalgic.
what's
different.
Buleros? Please enlighten me.
Bolero is this short
It's not
jacket,
bolero.
like when you have like a proper jean jacket, for
When you said
instance.
Bulero, I thought you wanted to invite Belarus in.
Uh, so bolero is like this cropped jacket. So imagine
Okay.
wearing a jean jacket and then it's like halfway. So I guess
Mm,
back then, you know that it's not allowed to wear like sleeveless clothes.
mm-hmm,
And then we would wear sleeveless clothes and put the jacket on top. But
mm,
at some point that became a no-no. And I think that was a season where rules were always popping up. It's like somebody breaks one rule, next thing, new rule, new list of rules.
of rules.
Miss
They were pasting
Aisenko.
by the entrance, and goodness, those days.
Okay.
Oh my God! Like
All right. Thank you very
this
much
is
for the
this is
enlightenment.
already.
Didn't fully know that.
You still
Or
don't
maybe
get
I
it.
didn't pay
I'll
attention to
find you a
that.
picture, don't worry. I'll find you a picture I sent to you.
So you wore that. You wore it during
Yeah, I
this.
wore it too now. Hmm.
Okay. So you're part of people that made them to ban it.
I'm not part of those people, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. It's fine.
Oh my days. Okay. Can we just go on a quick I've been laughing my head out already. And so, like, I'm already, you know, I'm already in 2007 or 2008. I'm just trying to remember all this, you know, all those funny roles that we're bound by at those times. Thank God. Thank God. Anyways, thank God. So please, we need to go on a quick break. And then when we come back, we have exciting content for this evening. And hopefully our other uncles will join us. So we're patiently waiting for them. And, you know, I can see comments already streaming in. A lot of people are, already, it's already getting nostalgic for a lot of people, and that's the aim. It's supposed to be a memorable show today. So please, we'll be right back after this break. Please stick around.
Personally, I say that everywhere. Redeemers University helped me. Another thing that really helped me was that course on web design and data security. It was an eye opener for me. It was practical. It actually taught me some of the things that I needed to know about website design. I mean, I had to learn more, but that initial introduction helped me actually discover website design and helped me realize that it was something I was passionate about, right? So these different things helped me improve my skills, helped me realize my passion, and generally helped me grow.
All right. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back to the Alumni Showcase. And we're going into our very first segment for today. Maya, I think you're the one, supposed to guide us on the first segment for today. So over to you.
Awesome. So as we have already set the tone for the evening, so it's way into the evening over here where I am. It's like past 10 already. And I believe that we're going to share content on, different things that people have sent in. Just give me a moment to pull up the lineup of exciting things that we already have uh, to show you guys. GBK, if you do have it, just, oh yeah, found it. Okay. So life after run, right, GBK? I believe that this is what we're talking about.
Yep, absolutely. Life after run.
Life after run. Okay. So I'll start with mine and then I'll bring you guys up to just share, um, you know, about your life after run. For me, life after run has been quite adventurous. Um, One of the things I believe I got out of run was adventure. And I say that because I remember my days in run with with nostalgia, of course, and I have very fond memories of my time in Redeemers University. I remember things like Ramsa, the whole Association Week thing. I remember Ronsa Carnival. I think Ronsa Carnival was one of the best things ever to happen during my time in Redeemers University. And so that's sort of like the vibe I took away from Ron into the world. Um, Left Ron 2010 and then moved to NYC was in Adamawa State. Service year was in Adamawa. And gosh, because I feel like we were spoilt with accommodation in Redeemers University. So your final year, it's just two per room on the bed with the AC, everything on suite, as in. And then next you hear that you're going to Yola. I'd never been to the north. It was like I had like I was really scared of going there, like this sweet life I've been living, and then you want to take me to like the extreme end of things. But I did go and I had a great time of it. It was really enlightening having to interact with other people from other university with other different experiences. So it was a lot more eye-opening. I stayed the whole year, and I think that was great for me, as well as my career that I was building because I was able to work with the state TV. So I see a comment. I love the carnival. The carnival was. Mwah. I feel like we should do it again. Like set it up, and I'm going to be there. Like there, and yeah. So That working with the Adamawa TV Corporation was really fantastic for my career. I did my 1 year. I went back home, worked with Flight Time Promotions. Flight Time Promotions and the ones behind Redeem Unplugged and all those amazing concerts that happen in Lagos and Abuja, especially at the end of each year. Uh, then worked with Lagos Moms, lagosmoms.com, parenting website. They're really big now. Back then, we were just started, and now they're really
They're
big.
really
So
big. So
from
from
there,
there,
went to channels, and it's quite a. I just saw Femi Belos, and Femi Belos is actually part of my channel story because I remember having a conversation with him at the point where I wanted to change jobs, and I'm like, hey, I think I'm looking out for another job. And I think days later, Femi sent me a link that Channels was hiring. And that, as they say, the rest became history. So thank you, Femi Belus, for being a part of my story, for sending me that link. And I think that would be a good time to bring Femi on. Hey, Femi.
hi everyone. I'm just
See,
trying to
it's been a
settle
long
in. It's been
time.
a long time. Yeah, it has been. I mean, and so much has happened within that time. I can see your sass. Yeah, I can see GBK too. Yeah, so I'm just trying to catch up to speed with where we are right now on our schedule. So if you don't mind, Maiwa, could you just give me a little heads up?
So
So
right now we're
right now
talking
we're
life
talking live
after
after
run.
run. Okay.
And I just shared a bit of mine, so it might be good to share a bit of yours. But first, introduce yourself, because we did that earlier. So introduce yourself and tell us about life after on. You have to
You have
unmute.
to.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So my name is Femi Belos, Olufemi Belos. I graduated 2009, part of the first set from the Department of Mass Communication. A life after run. Well, I'd like to chronicle life after run, starting from graduation. After graduation, we spent a little time at home and then we went for service. Service was an interesting year. I mean, I served in a village where there was no light, there was no pipe-borne water. It was a life that a lot of people have experienced growing up, but I never experienced it. So that gave me an opportunity to experience that other part of life as well. And after that, a couple of months after NYSC, I started on my first job. Now, I must say that on my first job, I remember very well when I went for the interview, they looked at all my documents and they said, oh, you have a good result, you've done wonderfully well for yourself. And I remember the interviewer shoved all my documents aside and he said, now I want to know you. What were the things you did while in school? Were you the type that was just reading alone and didn't do any other thing? And so I started telling him, the numerous things that I did in school. And it's interesting because everyone on this show today is a part of that story. I mean, from Mayowa to Osas to GBK, we all did one thing or the other together while in school. So I told that story and I started on the job. Of course, my first salary, I must say, it wasn't something that you would consider attractive. But then a critical lesson that I learned there was the most important thing is for you to get a foothold, to get that first step in your career, and then every other thing will materialize. It will materialize thereafter. And from then, I've moved to several roles, worked in two multinationals, and I'm currently in Redeemers University. And I must say that all the experiences that I've gained over the years, they've made me who I am. And I think I also need to share this. So I realized that the career objectives, that thing that we usually write on our CVs, when we're graduating from school and all. Do you know that the career objectives I set for myself when graduating, I didn't get to function in that role until when I joined Ron. So where am I going to with that? What I simply mean is sometimes we find ourselves in careers or in certain roles or jobs that may not necessarily look like this is where we're going to, but then we need to just ensure that we keep at it. It's better than sitting at home. It's better than not doing anything. Just keep at it. And those things form the experiences, the form building blocks for the eventual destination that that we're going. And it's been an interesting experience. Life after run, it's been good, it's been rough, it's been rosy. You have the rough moments, the rosy moments, and it's been interesting. But God has been there for us all.
And the church will say,
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, somebody.
Thank you, Femi. I think that was really good. And Ostaz, over to you. Tell us about life after
Hmm.
run.
Story.
Story.
Okay, so graduated 2009 and then NYSC. And then I heard the amazingly disturbing news that I was going to the north for service. I think that was my reaction. Um, and I served in Kaduna. Um, Going there, I did all I could to relocate or redeploy back to Lagos, but never worked. It never worked. So I decided to accept my fate and then served in Kaduna. It was amazing. I did serve with the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA), and that was where I did some little voiceovers for some of their shows, and then I got to interview Garba Lawal. It was big for me then. Um, my was it a sports show? I think it was a sports show. So thereafter, I more or less had like a year to myself. So I took it to learn French in a French school, Alliance Française, and afterwards, masters. I did my masters. I think everybody was doing masters then, so it was a raining thing. I did my masters in corporate communications and public affairs at the Robert Gordon University, Aberdeen, Scotland, and it was amazing. Um, One thing that I got from that was a commendation letter from the school, saying that I contributed to um, the success of the radio station of the school, which was RGU Radio at that time. So I was the events program manager. I also contacted people on behalf of the radio station. So fast forward 2013, I started working with Liveway. So before then, I was working. I hope I hope I hope we're still here. Okay, great. Um, so before then, I was volunteering with Liveway for some few years, and then I started working with Liveway fully 2013. I worked at Liveway for about, well, this is out now in the open. I worked at Liveway for about six years, and then left, had a little stuff to do, for about a few months, and then had to do a training on broadcasting at a school, and lockdown happened, and then the vision of kickstart into videos happened, kickstart into voiceovers happened, and then voiceovers became, which was just by the side, sometimes became like a full-time thing for me. So before then I was doing voiceovers, but it wasn't like full time, so it became a full-time thing for me. And since then I've been doing voiceovers, done a couple of voiceovers. One which I'm proud of is the one I did for the Redeemers University. um, really proud of it. I want to cry, but I will keep the tears for later. So I think that's it. I think I'm done.
Oh, okay. Thank you
Okay,
so
I
much,
thought I was
Ostaz.
by
It was
myself
great
though.
to
I was by myself. Nobody
no
was
worries.
responding, so I was wondering what's going on.
No worries. Yeah, we're taking in the information. It's so good to catch up,
Oh,
to know how we, progressed. Excuse me, from
yes. And thanks
after
to
run. So, it was just,
yes. So thanks to my GBKF FMB. These are my G's, like my G's. We might not talk as often, but Mayowa is like a motivational person. She used to motivate somebody. and she motivates a lot. Thank you so much.
Aspire to perspire to aspire.
No,
Amen.
not that kind of motivation, please.
Yes, so
Not that
aspire
kind
to
of motivation.
aspire.
Not that kind of motivation.
Well,
But
hey,
I don't know if
guys,
I did justice, so that's me. That's me. Life
no,
as well.
you see, you give us the truth. I just wanted to draw attention to comments in the comment section. A lot of people are talking about different memories they have, and fond memories. So perhaps we
Okay.
should get to that at some point.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Right. So before we go on the next break, I'll just say my own after run, after run, life after run. So I think one part I loved from all our conversations was the fact that majority of us served in the north. Honestly, I remember those days when we would have to go and queue up in front of Mr. Ikpenko's office to collect a what's it called? The call up letter, and then you just see disappointed faces. Ah, Bruno. Ah, Medu Zamfara. The next thing we're on the phone looking for map of Nigeria. Wait, what is this place? Like I remember it's so vivid in my mind because I got posted to Gombe State. So my service year was interesting. Anyways, I got posted to Gombe State. I signed up with OBS. Everyone who has done NYSC, everyone should know who and what OBS is, the official broadcasting, Z radio, whatever, on in every camp, in every NYSC camp. And then after that, I remember, so I had always admired Cool FM, always admired Cool FM. And I remember after NYSC, then I don't know if it's still applicable now, but then we're told that we could actually bring, if we found somewhere that we wanted to work and they accepted us, that we could actually bring a letter from them and then they would post us to that place. So now this is the story. I said I served in Gombe, right? So when I got my call up letter and they said it was Gombe State, my father was livid. In fact, my parents were livid. And they said, you know what, you're not going to Gombe State. It is dangerous. It is this, it is that. And me being a very brave and bold girl, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go. So what do you know? You're not going anywhere. Anyways, to cut the long story short, I got to Gombe State and my parents gave me the instruction that when I get there, I have to apply to get redeployed back to get redeployed anyway. So I was happy with the idea. I didn't want to come back to Lagos State because I'd lived all my life in Lagos State and I was just hoping to get an experience somewhere. So I said, okay, no problem. I was happy to redeploy to Abuja. Farm. My redeployment form, I filled Abuja in it. Guess what? They brought me back to Lagos. It was so spectacular that the state coordinator looked for me in the whole of camp and called me to his office and said, Ma, they say you have very strong people. I said, I know, sir. He said, no, I'm telling you, you have very strong people. I said, I know, sir. And I was sobbing and weeping. I'm like, God, I don't want to go back to Lagos because I had lived all my life in Lagos. Run was a few minutes away from Lagos. So, anyways, December, well, after service year, I'd always loved Cool FM, listen to Dan Foster, Happy Friday, Freeze, um, and I love the Sunday Praise Jam. So this is what I think that December I went for the Saturday. There used to be an annual concert every Christmas Day, I think, at one of these big venues on the island. And I went there one day, and then I went there, sorry, during the during for the Christmas carnival or Christmas party. And when I got there, I kind of met one of the OAPs. I think it was Joyce. I can't remember now. And I'm like, how do I get into Cool FM? This is me that has no broadcast experience. How do I get to Cool FM? And she's like, well, I don't know, but I'll be honest with you. Just come to the office and maybe speak with HR or something. And my mom kept telling me, stop putting obstacles in your way. Just go. The highest they will tell you is no. So I went. So I went to Cool FM. Fortunately, unfortunately, the day I got there, it was a public holiday, I think. So the office closed early. And so I met a driver, and the guy is like, oh, what do you want? I explained to him. He said, okay, you know what? Come tomorrow. I will take you to my boss. I didn't even know who he was at that time. So I said, oh, thank you very much. And then I went there the next day. I took his number. I went the next day. I called him. So after waiting for some time, he called me in and took me to his boss as promised. And then I told the boss my story. And boss said, "Oh, we're not recruiting." I said, "No, I'm a copper. I want to serve here in Fulham." And I said, "Oh, okay." And then took me directly to HR. And then I got to HR. I got to HR, and oh, you can't go on air obviously because we don't put what's it called interns on air. Normal story. And said, "Oh, there's a space in this department. Do you want to join?" I said, "Why not? So far, I'm in the complex, no problem." And then I was told to come back for an interview. And I think that's when Occupy Nigeria happened also. So I think I did the interview and then Occupy Nigeria delayed the feedback. But anyways, long story short, I got called and from 2012, I think January 2012, that was my journey into Cool FM. I finished my service year. 6 months later, I was retained, created a new department for TV. So that was just before TV started. They put me in the content department. And then I spoke to my boss and said, I would love to, learn broadcasting. And he said, okay, no problem. So I said, I would do 9 to 5 on, Mondays through to Fridays at the office. And then Sunday, because that was the show I loved, I would be on air. And prior to that, I had been cleared of. So things that don't happen, I got to Cool FM maybe January. By April, I was already speaking on radio, like just got fever and everything. So that began my broadcast journey. And by the grace of God, from radio, we moved to TV. And, as they would always say, the rest is history. And, in 2018, I decided to take a break and decided to come and, what's it called, hone my skills. The world is evolving. I've done broadcasting for a very long time to me. And I looked for a new challenge and I said, you know what, I'm just going to come for my master's. So here I am, three years after, still studying, pruning myself. And, by the grace of God, once I'm done with this, we have bigger plans to do media in quote grander ways and just be a blessing to people's lives. So that's been my very not too short story about my life after run. And I'm also so grateful to, to all my colleagues here, my friends who have turned colleagues, and my friends who were colleagues and but are still friends because we've all worked in various capacities. I'm talking about Mayo, I'm talking about Fem, I'm talking about Ostas. We've probably interviewed each other on different media houses, or we've done a lot together, and that shows the kind of friendship that we've had for I don't know 10 years and counting. So in summary, thank you very much for listening to my long story.
I
So Mayo,
may.
what do you have any other things?
It's fine.
Actually, yes. If I just wanted to, you saying, well, what you said about friends, colleagues, interviewing each other one way or another, it just reminded me how there's this concert that I host. It's called How to Worship. And I remember that I think at least twice, 2 different years, 2 different editions, or 3 different editions, GBK has given me the opportunity to come and talk about the concert, you know, on radio. And it just shows how when we synergize, a lot can happen, right? So if I were to actually get such an opportunity, I would have paid through my nostrils for that kind of thing. But just because, oh, there's this beautiful sister from the same university who's on this platform, I'm able to get that access. And that's the power that's, available when people who graduated from the same university, that's the kind of power they can leverage upon. That's the kind of platform and opportunity they can take advantage of. And really, just to emphasize that this program, this show is to push that forward. Let's know each other, let's meet each other, let's hear each other's stories, let's find how to collaborate. So it's not just about coming here to talk about memories and
Mhm.
life. No, it's also about showcasing the people that are up there, right? People who have gone ahead, people who are opening doors and trailblazing. Let's meet them, let's know them, and more importantly, let's collaborate so that we can all move forward and push ourselves forward and ultimately rob that glory. Glory, Christianese. It's okay. We
Glory.
graduated imagine it's part of us. Ultimately that glory also rubs off on Redeemers University because when Redeemers University is in great light, it helps everyone, whether you're still in there, whether you're out there, it rubs off on you. So yay. right? And I
Preach,
think that does it
preach,
for this
sister.
segment. Yeah. Guys, if you're watching, please don't just watch, participate. Drop in the comment section. Tell us about your life after run. I see that people are already dropping memories, and I think that's the next segment after the break. Memories. So please do drop those comments. Tell us about life after run. What do you do? Where are you? How can you collaborate with other people? And yay. In the next segment, we'll talk about those fun memories.
My name is Oyetunde Redepo. I'm an alumnus of Redeemers University, and I would recommend Redeemers University for anybody who wants a great university. I would recommend Redeemers University to any body who wants to get into the university. In the area of spiritual development, you are sure that you're going to get that. Talk of the entrepreneurship spirit, that's where the world is going to right now. You will get it there at the Redeemers University. And talk of ICT, they are there as well. So it's just lots of opportunities for anybody who will key into what the school has put in place for them.
You're welcome back, guys. Is everyone there? Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. All right.
Yes,
Beautiful.
I am.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. We've talked about life after run, and Mayowa led us in that session. I believe now we're supposed to talk about our memorable times in run. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. All right. So I'll start from myself, and then I hope we'll be able to take the comments so that those who are watching can also be fully involved in what we're doing tonight. I remember one of my memorable moments in Run was when we just started, and the male hostel was beside the female hostel, and we had this barbed wire mesh that would separate both hostels from each other. And you would have guys after you must have gone into the hostel after lights out and all of that stuff. Then you see guys just like I'm sorry, it was just like prisoners would do. And then you find a male student on one side of the barbed wire fence, and you find the female student on the other side, and they continue whatever conversations that they were having before the hostel gates were locked. And it was an interesting sight to behold at that time, and it is a memory that I definitely cannot forget. Another beautiful memory would be when the male hostel was taken to the White House area. And so you would have a bus convey the male students back to their hostels at about 10:30 p.m. And the last bus, and you find everyone just going around and shouting, it's the last bus, it's the last bus. And you just see students coming out from everywhere, from the classroom, from the library, and just running, to make that last bus, like the last train to heaven kind of thing. And the final one, yes, I can see Titi Toba. Titi Toba said memories about Pastor Deyemi. Pastor Deyemi was the first and only director of student affairs. Pastor Deyemi would say, I will cook you. I will cook you. And indeed, I'm sure if we look around today, a lot of us have been cooked. Have you been cooked, Mayowa?
So
So,
I didn't
I
experience
think
Pastor Deyemi, uh, but yeah, I can't remember now if he had left. I think he had left by the time we got in, so I didn't really experience Pastor Deyemi. We pretty much, I think my own experience would be around Chaplain and CSO, the almighty CSO. Well, I mean, I didn't really have any run-ins with the powers that bid. Permit me to use that English. This mustn't go out. Anyway, uh, so I didn't really have any run-ins, so I think I pretty much stayed low key as much as possible. And even when I broke the rules, I tried not to get caught. But yes, do not quote me anyway. But I think for me, yeah, there's so many memories, honestly. Uh, Mommy Potter's announcements, waking people up to say go for devotion. Daughters, how do you, GBK help me? I can't remember how she used to say, but she
I
used to really
can't
say like,
remember.
uh, I think maybe she used to pray, daughters of, I don't know, but it really was interesting how she used to get people up to be a part of, to go for devotion. That's one. I definitely liked how we used to dress up. Like I think it's not something that's common in, well, I don't know about now, but back then it wasn't all, universities where you see students really cacking up. And even the fact that we had to wear just skirts, it didn't deter us. Right. So people were always on point with the heels, checking all the way to CLR, FLR, or the LRs. So I don't know if they still follow that type of I don't know what word to use now. I don't know if the classes are still called DLR, FLR, CLR, but that's what they used to call like the lecture blocks back then. So a lecture block could be CLR. But then again, I think the one that takes the cake for me would be Ronsa Carnival. And I see comments, people have already commented about Ronsa Carnival. And I saw one comment saying, oh, there was no Ronsa Carnival in their own time. I'm so sorry. Like, I wish I could just take my hat and give it to you and say sorry. Because, like, you could complain about a whole lot. You could complain about anything, about the rules, about the devotion, complain about anything you want. But Ronsa Carnival made school sweet. Like departments would come together, people would be doing dance rehearsal. So in my time, I took part in 2 carnivals, and I was like, yeah, Alex, somebody's reminding me of my dancing days. Yes, I used to be a part of the dance group, LXD, League of Extraordinary Dancers. So Ramsey Carnival brought everyone together, different departments to come together. There'll be dance, there'll be presentation, there'll be all that. And they will have this long carnival costumes. My gosh. I could go on and on about Ramsey Carnival. Right. So please, this is me saying it to everybody. Let's do another reunion. Let's have Ronsa Carnival. I don't mind. But yeah, I think that one takes a cake for me. That was really amazing because it helped on so many levels. It wasn't just entertainment. It was organizing. It was bringing people together. It was that, competition, but in a very fun way. There was music, there was drumming, like your creativity, just bring it on. And I think that helped a lot of people even afterwards. So yeah, let me not.
Wow, I'm sorry. Do you know
So,
why I'm laughing? I
what?
just saw whatever shout hallelujah.
No. GBK, you didn't say it right. You didn't say it right. It's actually
Somebody
South,
shout
South
hallelujah.
And yeah, I mean, Mayowa, the Ronta Carnival was something that was a signature. As a matter of fact, it was something that brought so much attention and so much celebration in the atmosphere. I mean, after the chaotic schedules that we would have as students, we always had something to look forward to. And yes, concerning the lecture or rooms, they're still called LR now, but you don't have the alphabet in front of them anymore. So it's just LR1, LR2, LR20, LR. I think the highest we have right now is LR24, and they're still going. Then you have a NLT. So NLT, those are lecture theaters that seat, classes of maybe 200, 300, like that. So that's what you have now. For the devotion, they still have the devotion, but then it's not as choked as it was when we were in school. It's a little bit more relaxed now. They have it in their hostels. on a block by block basis. So I think things are better. Yes, I can see a comment from Nifemi Bankole, Chaplain, last prayer points, but we could date there another 30 minutes. All right. So, so yeah, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Chaplain is still the same.
Send a word to heaven.
Send a word to heaven. Send a word to heaven.
Just one word.
Just one word. Just one word. It's still the same. Okay. Let's see if we have any other comments. Before we take. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Can we just have the pictures while Osas speaks? Can we just have some pictures from our memories and run while Osas shares? Oh, this is Femi Adisa and Benita. This is Wale and Yubi. Oh my God, this is Shagun. Oh, it's so fast. Oh yeah, Runsa Carnival. I see Mayowa there. Yeah, Run Theater. Yes, I mean a whole lot of interesting memories. Yeah, Run Carnival again. This should be Mass Com Departmental Week. This should be another department. Oh, that's Mayowa. Oh, interesting memories. Osas, yes. Oh, my. Okay, yeah. I think that looks like me. This was Chapel, yes. This was another departmental week. Ronsa Carnival. See beautiful, beautiful sights, beautiful pictures. Osas, can you just in like 30 seconds quickly share a memory, one memory you wouldn't forget from Redeemers University? The pictures can continue. Osas.
Okay, so I think that one memory that I can't forget is when Adibowale Bowie had an exhibition, and then we all had to attend. School was shut down. I was actually reminding him of this, some days ago, about the fact that school shut down because of your exhibition. I feel that was really great because he was the first, photographer. Yeah, he was the first photographer. No, yeah, he was the first photographer in the Redeemers University, and it was great that he had an exhibition, and then school had to shut down. But there are other memories though. But you said 30 seconds, so just had to share that one. There are other memories about when we have projects, Mascom projects, and then Gift would have to take us to his makeshift studio to record that. Can you remember Fembels?
Oh yes.
And Maya can remember. Gift had to take us to his makeshift studio. He had one in between Tantis and Kings that time. Yeah, I remember very vividly. Those are great memories. Though.
Yeah.
Thank God we are not what we used to be.
Yes. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Osas. We'll go to GBK. You two in 30 seconds. I want to know. I have so many memories of GBK in Run, but GBK, you give me one memorable memory. Permit me to use it that way. Memorable memory of Redeemers University, of your time at Redeemers University.
We had a lot. But I think one that comes to my mind is when we had, I can't remember, I think Ramsa Week, and the one that Shegun Agbede came. And I remember Shegun Agbede those days, he was like the reigning king right there back then in entertainment. And then Shegun Agbede came to serenade us, and we had Professor Professor Oloyede, mass com student. I'm sure that name rings a bell. And then from nowhere, we thought from nowhere, they gave me best dress of the night, and I was wondering, what did I wear? It was so funny because I remember people that they were just saying, wait, no, my dress is better than the weekends on now. And then the way, and because so what I mentioned from Professor Oloyede was the fact that I think he was the one that was supposed to present the award, and then he just maybe just picked someone at random to give the award to. And honestly, for me, go, I knew that award wasn't well deserved because I was like, well, when you're admiring other people's dresses and then I come and pick you, pay you're the you're the best dress, and you're wondering that what am I wearing that I'm best dressed. Anyways, that was quite funny for me. That was quite funny for me. Another thing I would like to talk about was this is not such a good memory, but I don't know if you remember is it Dr. Julius Adoye? She passed. She was the
Yes.
the head of the theater arts
Head of
department
theater
or something,
arts.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, and that event shook the whole university. Like I remember how solemn, if I'm allowed to put it that way, the school,
Yeah.
sorry, school was solemn. It shook like just one person in a very small, like not small, but our school was quite contained, and her death, it just shattered everyone, and it was something that I think at that point it just taught me about the frailty
Yeah.
of life. Taught me about the frailty of life, and how to just appreciate, and just go out and make impact as much as you can. And I think in honor of that, in her honor, sorry, I think one of the lecture theaters or one of the theater arts theater, I don't know,
The
building
arts
was
theater.
named, yeah, it was renamed after her. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I can say about
All right, thank you so much. I'll be handing over to Mayowa now to close the show. But then, one memory we cannot forget from our time in Redeemers University was the time when the Vice Chancellor, Professor Iwale Tomori, would have to announce that some students have been expelled, and he'll bring out the handkerchief from his pocket and start crying. That was one memory that everyone was a
We
part
love
of.
you,
Yes,
sir.
Obato Jobalo by Femi Adisa. Yes, that was a reigning song at the time. Over to you, Mayowa. Time is fast spent. Mayowa.
I know, Femi, if we keep, talking about this, we won't leave this place tonight. But I think this sets the tone beautifully for Run Alumni Showcase. That's what this is about. It's about celebrating ourselves by ourselves. It's about reminding ourselves of the good old days, updating ourselves of the new days, and more importantly, collaborating and just working together, networking, working together to make sure that we are all moving forward. And as we move forward in our individual capacities, we're also pushing Redeemers University and the alumni forward. I do hope everyone has enjoyed this first episode. I think it's been fantastic. And guys, we are bringing the best of the best to this show. Do reach out to us via our various social media platforms. Do watch out for the show. This will be monthly. So next month we'll be back with an even more amazing show. I want to say thank you to everyone who's put this together, especially to GBK, who's been like the strong force behind it, making sure that this came to be. Also, I have to mention Wale, who's behind the scenes, making sure everything is working out fine. Thank you so much. And once again, to the leadership of the alumni, well done. Salute to you. To everyone who joined this first episode, thank you so much. Make sure you tell everybody else that this is a show they mustn't miss. So next month, we want to see more people, more comments, more memories, more everything, right? So that's it. That's it. Thank you, guys. That's it. The first episode, Run Alumni Showcase. It's been wonderful. We'll see you next month.
Thank you. Bye bye.